The feasibility report is done by a third party, once again. Similar to a business plan where that's done by a third party, the feasibility is done by different third parties. These third parties exist. There's companies like HVS, JLL, they do this. PKF was a company that does this. I think they got purchased by another company. Feasibility reports basically tell whoever's reading them, it's usually the investor, whether this project, the numbers, the pro forma, all the stuff is it viable? Is this like gonna really, are they just making this up or is this viable? The feasibility report, the companies go in and check how viable this is and say, hey, we think that this is an actual correct numbers for room rentals if it's a hotel, for occupancy rates if it's a hotel. And they basically confirm your numbers. Maybe they set their own numbers, but it's a report by a third party that says, hey, this is what we think the hotel is gonna generate. These are the numbers we feel are accurate. They also usually do an appraisal. So part of this whole offering package, you need to know what this project is worth. They do an appraisal. So now you're looking at a feasibility report and an appraisal in one. These typically cost the developer $20,000 to $30,000, and it takes like 3 to 4 weeks to get it done. You really need to build some lead time when you're building out your offering package. So I'm talking to the developers right now. This is who I'm talking to, and people that are obviously technical in the industry. In order to set up your project, I think the first thing you should be ordering is the feasibility, because it takes 4 weeks to do, 4 or 5 weeks at least, and getting your economic study done. First two things I would get done. So the feasibility report is a report that also goes inside the PPM, or the offering documentation. The reason why I say PPM is the private placement memorandum kind of adds a couple of these segments of these things in to make it thorough. But in reality, it's all part of that offering package we're talking about.